Hello. I'm going to do the Leo weekly energy for October 24th to the 31st. All right, Leo, you're just having a whole bunch of cards that want to come out. I was going to just pick one overall energy from this deck, but for some reason, all right, I think that's it. Yeah. Just want to make sure. Okay. All right. So for some reason you have cards that literally were flying out or that wanted to come out. I guess your reading wants to be with this. So let's just pick two more. Let's see. All right. All right, so you have the Knight of Wands, you have the Seven of Wands, you have the Six of Pentacles, you have the Empress, you have the King of Swords, you have the King of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Swords, and you have the Moon. All right, so something didn't turn out the way that you wanted it to. Let's see. Something didn't turn out the way that you wanted to, but in order to handle this situation, you have to be delicate. You have to be Seven of Wands. You have to stand up. Something didn't happen the way that you wanted it to, but you have to stand up for yourself in this situation. You were thinking things were going to go one way and it didn't. King of Swords and the King of Pentacles. It's between, I feel like you were in the middle of, you were in between two people. Three, the Empress, growth. She's taking a magnifying glass to the, there's been some deception. The Moon, there's been some deception. Somebody deceived you. Knight of Wands, Six of Pentacles, sharing. Knight of Wands, putting that plan in place, moving forward. You're over it. You're over it. You're over a situation. You're over, you said your piece, you said your part, you said you expressed yourself in a situation. There's somebody that's not listening to you. There's somebody that's not hearing you. There's somebody that's being sneaky. There's somebody that you have tried to get through to. You have tried to communicate with this person. You have tried and tried and tried. And they're not listening. Like, their eyes are closed. They've kind of shut you out. Like, they just don't want to hear it. They only see their point of view. They're only thinking about their side of the situation. They're only thinking about them. You said what you needed to say, and it's time for you to move on. You've been patient enough. You've dealt with enough things. King of Swords. King of Swords. The King of Swords is somebody who doesn't really deal with stuff. King of Swords is very analytical. The King of Swords is somebody who thinks things through. The King of Pentacles is somebody who's very patient. I feel like you've thought things through. You have thought this situation through. There was a situation or a person that just, I feel like they were being sneaky. I just feel like they're not listening to you, and you've had it. You're done. You're over it. I don't want to deal with it anymore. I've been patient enough. You've thought this through. You've been patient. You've dealt with it long enough. Magnifying glass, taking a closer look. Again, you have the magnifying glass. See, that's what I had said earlier, is she's taking a closer look at this dragonfly. I feel like you're taking a closer look at this relationship where it's so one-sided. You've expressed yourself. Coffin, taking a rest. I feel like you haven't ended this relationship yet. I feel like it's in the process. You've been thinking about it. You've been thinking about this relationship for long enough, and you've been thinking about it. Like, she's looking out the window and she's thinking about something, and she's got some stuff on her mind, and you have taken a closer look at this relationship, and you realize that it's just one-sided. You realize that this person is not listening to what you have to say, and you've thought about it, and you've been patient, but you just don't want to deal with it anymore. You're just ready to move on. You're tired. This relationship has been exhausting you. You've shared all that you could share. You've given all that you can. You've given 100%. 110%, and this person is just not giving back. Like, you've looked at this relationship. You're looking, or you need to look at this relationship. But I feel like you already know it. Like, you already know it. Like, you've already looked at this relationship, and it's time for you to let go of this burden. Obviously, you have to do what works best for you, but what I'm getting from the cards is that you finally decide to let this go, because this has been a burden for you, and this has just been too much for you. And you put everything into it, and you're done. This also represents facing your dark side, okay? And facing the reality of this relationship. Facing the reality of this relationship, that you had wanted it to be more, but it's really not, and it is what it is, and you need to decide what it is, if you want to stay or if you want to go. Looking at the reality of this relationship. All right, lots for you to think about, taking a closer look at, lots for you to think about. This has been exhausting, maybe taking a rest, taking a break from it, and coming back and then taking a closer look at it. But there is definitely a burden that you need to release. There's something that you need to let go of. Things didn't turn out the way that you wanted it to, and now it's time for you to deal with that. of them not turning out the way that you wanted it to. All right, thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.